Yo YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy SalvationsElite, and we are back with another video, guys. And today, man, let's just say I have some issues. I have some worries, some qualms about Modern Warfare, specifically about the competitive scene, and we're going to talk about them today because some of the news lately has been leaking about the game and the more specifics about what's actually going to be there. It's worrying me, man, and it just feels like Modern Warfare or Infinity Ward is just extremely disconnected from the competitive community. And again, we've seen this in the past, so I definitely am worried about it, and we're talking about it today. So here we go again, man. Modern Warfare, and I was so excited. I mean, I was so pumped about the game. I really did love the beta. Unlike some people who had a lot of problems with it, personally, I really enjoyed myself the whole time throughout the beta. I think it has a lot of potential as a competitive game and as a Call of Duty game as a whole. And of course, all my hopes and dreams have to be dimmed by this news. So on Twitter, the Gaming Revolution YT on Twitter, he's been pretty reliable with leaks in the past. He's leaked a lot of stuff about zombies in the past through all different studios and all different games and multiple other things about multiplayer and even Blackout. And so he's been pretty accurate about his information. There's a few things that we're going to be going through about things that he leaked in the past week or even just in the last 24 hours that definitely scare me about Modern Warfare, which is Dead Silence, Hardpoint, and the maps that are potentially going to be in the game. So let's just start off with Dead Silence. We are all kind of hoping that eventually Dead Silence will be changed into a perk because currently it's one of the field orders, along with like stopping power and the ammo box and all those other things. You can only use it at certain times, so it's more like Advanced Warfare in that aspect where you don't have Dead Silence all the time. We don't know how quickly it regens. We have no idea at this point. In game, the recharge time was listed as fast, which like stopping power was listed as slow. The ammo box was like listed as like a moderate regen time. You know, it seems like you should be able to use it most rounds of Search and Destroy, but there might be some rounds of Search and Destroy where you will not be able to use Dead Silence, which is obviously really going to change how you have to play. You might have to crouch, you might have to play really slow, you know, post up a little bit more when you don't have Dead Silence, and that's drastically going to impact how Search and Destroy is going to play. Obviously, I think most people prefer to have Dead Silence all the time. Advanced Warfare was a little bit different because of the movement and like how the game played. Like it worked a little bit better, plus the Dead Silence lasted for quite a while, so we don't know how long the Dead Silence would actually last in a field order setting. So that's a big question mark, and they said that it's basically for sure not going to be changed to a perk. There's no way it's going to be changed to a perk, and it's going to stay as a field order. So that's going to be the norm this year for Search and Destroy, for competitive in general. It's definitely a massive change to what Call of Duty's been since Advanced Warfare, and personally, I'm not the biggest fan. Is it like a game ender? Is it something that's going to completely ruin the game? No, it's not, but it is something that I don't like to hear, and I hate that they're being so stingy on that type of stuff when like you could just add it in as a perk. Like, come on, man. But apparently that's not going to be the case. So the next two things are like truly drastic and game-changing decisions from Infinity Ward that I do not agree with. So I don't even know where to start. Let's start with Hardpoint. It sounds like Hardpoint isn't going to be in the game at launch. Like, why do they do this to us, man? So we're gonna have to out here. We're gonna have to go play Headquarters. We're gonna have to go play Domination again. And the Gaming Revolution said it's coming in a post-launch setting. We don't know if that's going to be like Black Ops 4, where like every week they basically had a new game mode and that was what was featured that week, or if it's going to come like a week afterwards or like 2 weeks. We don't know. But if I had to guess, I think it's going to be more like a Black Ops 4 thing where they have the events, they have a new game mode every week or something. I'm not convinced that it's ever going to be a permanent game mode in Modern Warfare, and that is a massive problem and a massive change for competitive Call of Duty. Again, if I had to guess, it's going to either be Domination now or Headquarters. Man, the spawns in the beta for both those game modes weren't great, especially for Domination. Obviously, with Headquarters, you have more of the set spawns, which is how the game works. But with Domination, man, like, there were some garbage spawns, and they didn't flip well, and you get spawn trapped like crazy inside of Domination. So it's like, I am not feeling good about that aspect of the game. You know, so either we're playing Headquarters / Domination and then Search and Destroy and probably CTF for the 3 competitive modes this year, which again, not what you would love to see. You'd love to see Hardpoint in there. And I thought this might be a fun Hardpoint game, but apparently Infinity Ward doesn't think so, and they're not going to give it to us. So unless they make a decision based off the reaction of the community, at this point, we're not going to have Hardpoint. And then the next thing, which is another massive problem, is apparently there's only going to be 10 multiplayer maps at launch. Like, what? 10? I mean, that is far and beyond the least amount for a launch multiplayer map set by far from any Call of Duty in the past. I mean, the normal is like, you know, 15, 16, 17, 18 maps at launch, and we're getting 10. So we've already played 4 of them, and so we better hope that the other 6 are really, really nice for competitive, and they just end up playing really well, because right now, I don't know, 1, maybe 2 of the ones we've seen could maybe work for 1 or 2 game modes, but none of the maps that we saw were like fantastic, incredible maps. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done with these last 6 maps, and hope that these things actually work out to be really good competitive maps, because I'm worried about that. And when you compound that with not having Hardpoint and with not having a permanent dead silence as a perk, it's going to be a weird year for competitive if that's the case. Advanced Warfare didn't have dead silence full time, but they did have good maps, and they did have Hardpoint. And then Ghost didn't have domination, but they did have fun competitive maps, and they did have dead silence full time. So this is the first time we're going to see this combination. This is the first time we're having that combination of 3 where we're not having Hardpoint, we're not having a full-time dead silence, and there's a high chance of having kind of iffy maps. So I really, really, really hope they add in more maps at the start, and I really, really hope they add in Hardpoint. Like, come on, Infinity Ward, please give us something, give us some bone to chase, because the competitive scene feels like it's getting left in the dust right now in a game where Activision's starting a franchise league. Like, how does that happen? I don't know how Activision doesn't push Infinity Ward more to make this game prioritize competitive more than it currently is. If you're listening, Activision, if you're listening, Infinity Ward, please, please, at least add in Hardpoint. Man, again, I'm worried about it. Am I convinced it's going to be a garbage game? No, of course not. I think it has a good chance to be a solid game still. But right now, not having a Hardpoint, having only 10 multiplayer maps, 4 that we've already played that weren't fantastic, and not having full-time dead silence definitely scares me about competitive Call of Duty. And like, it's a serious conversation that we all need to have this year about these 3 aspects, and hopefully something gets changed. I just don't know if it will. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was kind of a more depressing, negative video than normal, but we're coming out with a lot more videos this week. The Community Championship Tournament is on Sunday, so be ready for that one. We already have a lot of teams signed up, so I'm really, really excited about it. So we should be in pretty great shape for it, and I'm going to be putting out more videos this week besides that. Probably a hype video for the community tournament, and then at least another gameplay video or something, like maybe like a Black Ops 3 throwback video or something like that. Would be hopefully fun to do, and maybe some more CWL news will drop as well. So we'll get a handful more videos out this week as well. So again, I really appreciate all the support. I really, really, really do. I'm trying to do this full time, and I know the videos haven't been fully consistent, but that's because I've been doing videos on the Backseat Sports channel, the Nebraska football channel. So that's why it's been a little inconsistent. But the closer we get to Modern Warfare, the more and more videos I'll be uploading. So just be on the lookout for that. Again, I really, really appreciate everything. But as always, guys, enjoy SalvationsElite, and we'll see you next time. I'm out.